Hello and welcome to a game of Dota 2. You're watching StarSeries and we are in game 3 of day 19 of the 5 games that we're gonna see today. Of course, you're on season 7. And of course, I'm not alone. Rejoice! Capitalist, welcome back.
Well, thanks for having me. I'm very excited to be here. And hopefully this game will be a little bit more even. It should be. 4FC is a very strong team. Duza, though, I'm very excited to see them again. They've been impressing me a lot, and they're a very fun team to watch.
Yes.
So.
I fully agree. Fun teams to watch are the best. They always make something happen. They always make it interesting, though. This is the kind of lineup that we would expect from them. MIB the best, Nature's Prophet, and Limbo Doom. We have seen this time and time again. They have also diversed a bit from their normal lineups, but yesterday that didn't end up working out for them. So I think they're gonna go back to their roots.
Yeah. The Doom pick up that early. Wow. But 4FC, one good thing they do have for it, if Naga Siren already, there's not much to talk about for 4FC's lineup right now, but if Naga Siren isn't the one doomed, they can just reset the fight.
Yeah.
They just pop that ultimate as soon as the Doom goes down, back out, and they're good.
And I mean, that's only one hero, but it kind of tells everything about Duza's fight. Because it's pretty troublesome thing to have already up against your Doom. But they did pick it up into the Naga Siren. Interesting to note that 4FC still ban out the IO, even though they had first pick. With Duza normally not banning out the IO. And more interesting to note is that Batrider is completely ignored. Neither team banned nor picked it. We have a Chen for 4FC. But nobody cares about the Batrider.
Yeah, nobody cares about the Batrider. Very smart. Just, okay. I thought Duza would have been the ones to ban out the Abaddon. That being said, Naga Siren and Abaddon, you've already got both your supports picked up for 4FC. They actually don't have room for Abaddon. So that's actually a really smart ban, I guess, for 4FC, because I think that hero is overpowered. Like, I've been waiting for him to come into the game for so long. And he's situational. But against a lot of different drafts, he's insane, absolutely insane. So we're also going to see the Batrider banned out. So I'm really surprised no one picked up Batrider. Like, really?
Yeah, I mean, he has been. I think there were some stats, and I think they haven't changed. 99% of the games, he is at least picked or banned, of which 90% is actually a ban. So that's, it's quite depressing to be a Batrider, but then, you don't get banned. Imagine yourself being a Batrider. You don't get banned in your first banning stage. You think, yes, I get to play. Or you're a Batrider fan. That's probably more, you're gonna see a Batrider, but then nobody cares about him and they ban him out in the second round. It's quite depressing. We have a Clockwork ban out as well as a Shadow Fiend with a Vengeful Spirit. Hey, I can predict his lineup. Vengeful Spirit will be accompanied by the Enchantress, and then they will try to get a Beastmaster in there to have Legion play that one, and of course go for some aura stacking. That's going to be my guess for this lineup. We've seen it times before, by the way, so that's why I say that.
Okay, so is it Doom farming in the safe lane or in Beastmaster then?
Yes. Legion Beastmaster.
Okay, so because just looking at their lineup, it sounds like you're definitely going to call this one out, because this looks like a very specialized lineup. Doom and Vengeful Spirit together. The Aura Strat pushing in with the Nature's Prophet. This is going to be some early aggression, so things to look out, I guess, for 4FC. Unfortunately, they already have both of their supports picked up, but what they really need, they probably don't know what's coming up. But what they really need is to pick up some wombo combo off the Naga Siren, since they don't already have some decent turtling. Like a Keeper of Light would be perfect for them going up against the Duza draft that you're talking about. But unfortunately, they already have their 2 supports, so they need to get a wombo combo off of the Naga Siren ultimate. They needed a Darkseer. At least now they've got a Puck, so they've got that set up. Early team fight. The last thing they really need is a carry that doesn't go too late. And then one that isn't really affected by Doom, so you can't really have Lifestealer. Gyrocopter might be nice, though the early aggression, you have to get BKB before you really want to fight up against that. But he is one of the ideal heroes because he can fight very, very early on, and with his ultimate, he can actually defeat pushes without even having a team fight.
Yeah, I'm kind of good. I'm kind of glad that they managed to pick up a puck because, as you said earlier, you have Naga Siren to basically disengage a fight so that you can, you know, have a retry. But what are you actually setting up for? And at least now they're setting up for a puck. If it's not a Beastmaster, by the way, it's going to be anything else with an aura because they just like aura. So I'm actually thinking Troll might not be too bad either. I would actually really like to see a Troll. Even though, preferably, if they are going to try and do something else, maybe going for Doom mid and put Limbo on the Spirit Breaker. They did that earlier this week, which was fun. Which worked out, by the way, up against Virtus Pro. But we'll see. I wouldn't mind seeing a Beastmaster. But though, thus far, I mean, who are you going to roar, right? You've got the Doom, of course, on someone. And they go for the Dragonite in the end. Legion also plays that one fairly often. So, well, no auras, kinda. But still strong mid-hero for Legion. One of the two heroes he plays most.
Yeah, and this is probably the little bit the safer, a little bit more conservative version of this draft. It's still the same strategy, but you don't have to be as aggressive. With the Beastmaster, you have to make things happen early. You have to move around, get some ganks off, and you want to be able to push in very, very early to take advantage of that aura. Here, Dragonite can take this game a little bit later, and if they want, depending on 4FC, they have to decide whether they want to pick up a hero like Gyrocopter who can fight early on and stand up against Duza's early aggression, but at the same time, if they do that, they won't be able to go late game versus Dragonite and Doom with a Vengeful Spirit and Nature's Prophet supporting them. That's going to be a really tough ask. Or they go for a hard carry here and really focus on the control from 4FC that they already have and hope that Duza isn't able to end the game beforehand, and even then hope that they don't have such a significant gold advantage that Dragonite and Doom are still able to stand up against that hard carry. So I'm guessing a Gyrocopter, and that's what it's going to be, especially combined with the Bounty Hunter. They've got some good wombo combo with the Naga Siren setting up both the Gyro and the Puck ultimate, and from there get a lot of track gold, continue to snowball from there.
Yeah, I do think that they are a team that needs to snowball on this one. Of course, team fights in theory can turn everything around, but if Duza gets themselves ahead in this game, it's going to be really tough to come back from because the split push potential from Duza is definitely not something that you can ignore. And later on in the game, I think in late game, I'm not going to give it to 4FC purely by team fight because Duza just looks very sturdy, if I can call it that. Doom, of course, later on, not that easy to kill. Dragonite also. Vengeful Spirit, one of the supports that is maybe one of the more survivable supports that you can think of. Especially with her new strength gain, of course. And, of course, a support that can transition into a semi-carry very easily. Same thing goes for an Enchantress, who is still able to pump out tons of damage, of course, with the ult. And I'm kind of curious to see how 4FC is going to deal with this. Lanes are going to be very important for them, of course, but we'll see how they will run things. I don't think we're going to have that much surprises in terms of laning, just safe lanes for both of them, and have mid Dragonite up against the Puck. But let's see who is playing what. On the side of Duza, they play on the Radiant side, of course. Once again, you're watching StarSeries Day 19, Game 3 of 5, and it is MLB the best playing the Nature's Prophet. And yes, I know that I said that real fast. Unstable will play the Vengeful Spirit, as expected. Legion, as expected on the Dragonite. Wow, look at this cape. Looks like it's plastic. We have got Limbo.
Oh, that's awesome.
Limbo on the Doom, no surprise there. Capron on the Enchantress, and this every time when Duza faces a Chen, they go into the jungle to play some wards. They do this every single time. We've seen it being countered before, and they actually died for it. We've also seen them being able to catch out a first blood with it, so you know, sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't, sometimes it doesn't do anything, like just now, well, at least they were able to place a ward. I think I introduced everybody with that, didn't I? Did I? Or were this 5? Capron? Yep. Did everybody.
Capron and Enchantress, yep. Meanwhile, over on 4FC, Blomberg's going to be on that Puck, Krilly, Bounty Hunter, Boomski. Going to be on the Chen, Strang be on the Gyrocopter, and their stand-in, Jussie, is going to be the Naga Siren. Hopefully the hero that's going to be setting up a lot of these team fights. Question is, Duza, they could, well, they have some really a good aggressive early game. Seeing the rest of 4FC's lineup and seeing the potential for disaster in a lot of these team fights, they might focus a little bit more on Gyrocopter just farming up, or excuse me, Dragonite just farming up, getting up that Shadow Blade. If they pick up both Shadow Blade on, I'm not expecting one on Doom, but at least on Dragonite, especially going up against a Puck, they can really just focus on ganking rather than early aggression. and kind of keep 4FC down from there. Especially ganking the Gyrocopter is going to be really, really important before he gets up that BKB. Once he has BKB, the team fights get a lot harder until Dragon Knight has his level 16. Once Dragon Knight has level 16, they're pretty much at their max power. Hopefully Doom is going to be able to pick up, you know, an AC from that, and they'll just be able to destroy towers very, very quickly and have a rather large team fight advantage because of the fact that they have a Vengeful Spirit with the minus armor and the extra damage. Vengeful Spirit is very, very good in dual or tricorn lineups because of that aura.
Yeah, I think we can expect them also to try and make something happen around the 5-minute mark, perhaps with their supports. Vengeful Spirit Enchantress, very early aggressive supports. They already have a smoke in their inventory. Something that, of course, Boomski has as well. He actually has not got a creep. Am I seeing that correctly? Did he send a creep mid? Wait a second, we might have... No, Crilly is just fine. There's no creep. There's no tornado somewhere. Sometimes you see tornado being sent somewhere, or you get yourself, of course, a harpy that you send yourself towards the mid lane to help out on the mid lane. But no, he only just got himself a creep. Oh well. He is also, I mean, he's been blocked on one of the camps, but the same thing has been done by 4FC on the Radiant Jungle. Capron misses one of his hard camps, being blocked by an observer. He was able to find one of the observers, but one of his sentry wards completely whiffed, so was only able to counter one of the 2 observers that were placed. In the meantime, Blomberg sitting on 8 for 2 in the mid lane, Legion sitting on 9 for 1, so very even thus far. And Legion, in theory, should be able to stay alive here for a while to just get last hit. Same thing goes for Blomberg, though. I mean, in terms of lanes and killing potential, there's not really that much going on of the killing potential. I mean, only ganks can, I think, get themselves some solid kills, unless Grilly lets himself get caught out within the range of a sentry, which might actually be the case. No, he realized it. Never mind that.
Yeah, he probably just now noticed, but we've got extra counter wards being picked up. So Vengeful Spirit has that. Unfortunately, though, just by herself, Vengeful Spirit, they really need Dust over counter wards. When dealing with the Bounty Hunter, Dust is actually preferable because Bounty Hunter a lot of times is going to force you to use those counter wards in bad spots. So, and because of the fact that his invis doesn't actually make him go any faster, Dust is actually really, really good for keeping a Bounty Hunter out of lane. Just the fear potential of getting caught out by that Dust, the 10% slow, plus the stuns they already have, and the follow-up of Enchantress. He's going to be pretty scared from that, but counter wards, it's really easy to see, okay, I know where that counter ward is, I just saw him place it, I'll just avoid that area for the rest, 3 minutes time. So they really need an early Dust, or they need to just forget about trying to gank this, stop this Bounty Hunter and keep him out of lane and try and rotate into mid nice and early. Yeah. Unfortunately, though, Enchantress smoked up, I don't see them getting this kill.
They do have a troll. Yeah, they do have a troll though, so with the snare they have got an extra disable. The question is if it's gonna be enough. In comes a stun. Is there enough damage? In comes the snare. He can still run though, and the slow is there, but it's too late. You're right, it's just not enough. If he was running like that way from another direction, from here, it would be different, but he was already that far out that he was just able to walk away. There is a push going on right now though, and of course that's also something that a troll is really good in because he just gets yourselves a bit of extra creeps there, so that is nice. But the push is not going to take down a tower in this go, and Crilly is still going to get the experience here. I mean, they just let him go right now because they don't really have any other choices. But this is not bad for Crilly. I mean, fine, the tower may go down, but he is actually... Oh, what? Okay, if you're talking about mistakes, that might have been one of them. If Unstable had a stun there, he would have been so dead. That would have been first blood. We have a rotation, by the way, going mid. Legion able to get himself away from a gank from Naga, Siren, and Chen. But that's still going to be a tier 1 tower down, but clearly level 5, not a bad thing for him at all.
Yep, that's the one of the bad things is the Dust buff and the counter ward nerf actually hurts Bounty Hunter a bit. And then on top of that, another really good thing doing it against Bounty Hunter is he has no ability to stop pushes. So if you do a single pull nice and early, especially if you've got a jungler like Enchantress or Chen, you can take tower very, very early on. So, as opposed to top, where you see Nature's Prophet, he's easily able to defend that. He goes from his jungle, teleports in, summons some treants, and he's good to go. Yeah. He's ready to defend that tower. So that's going to be a nice early lead that they should take, and they hopefully will be able to defend the rest of their towers, because they can gain a serious advantage on 4FC by taking all the tier 1 towers down. They've got Dragonite, they've got the Enchantress to push in early, Furion with the split push, but plus being able to address regular pushes by globally teleporting in. They need to be able to get that early advantage of tower gold, so they should really protect their towers and and focus on moving around to some of these other lanes and pushing in and just taking map control away from 4FC.
I like what Unstable just did, because the courier was making his way over to Limbo with the items for the Vlads, which now is complete. But the courier also got a bottle put in him by the Dragonite in the mid lane, so he was so slow. So Unstable took over and actually started to be the courier to the bottom lane. Krilly, by the way, he's level 6, so in comes maybe ganks, and of course a level higher than the Doom, so no Doom just yet to try and get anything in return. We still have a first blood that's not picked up just yet. It'll be scary.
Yeah, it's a little surprising we haven't seen it. I mean, especially since you have an Enchantress, both teams have some pretty early rotation power with smokes, but both of their smokes failed early on. I really was expecting them to try and gank the puck fairly early on. Even if you're just putting some pressure on him, for freeing up the lane a little bit for Dragonite, it's worth it. Dust finally comes out, and they're going to try and kill Krilly at bottom. Unfortunately, though, Doom does not have level 6, and Krilly has track. There was just no way they were going to be able to get that kill without Doom having his ultimate, so that was just pretty much a waste of dust.
Wow, that's going to be Krilly happy and able to just walk back to base. He is with this rotation. I mean, of course, Duza is expecting him to go back to base, but of course, one of those things is... Right now, I'm just curious, is he gonna go back to that bottom lane, or will he go mid to try and get a kill there? Because there is a Dream Coil up on Blumberg, and I think they might be able to get one here, even though right now Capron is being surrounded by friends, Capron and MIB hanging around there. We do also have Naga, Siren, and Boomski sitting in that mid lane, though. Bounty Hunter is making his way over towards the mid lane as well, so we'll see if they can get a kill. We'll see if a first blood will finally fall. In comes the smoke for Boomski and Jussie. Jussie sitting at level 3, as said. Boomski at level 5. Supports on Duza are level 6 on Enchantress and level 3 on Vengeful Spirit, so slightly ahead in favor of Duza because of the Enchantress. They're gonna go for Limbo here, by the way. There will be a track. Limbo is gonna be a big target to take down. In comes the Ensnare. He's trying to run, trying to do something. Puts a Doom on Juicy, but still goes down. Krilly with the first blood. This is an offlane Bounty Hunter that's level 7 right now. He's got a first blood money, and he is doing amazingly well for himself. And in comes his face boots, I would imagine. Yep. Rich bounty.
Oh yeah, I mean this all comes back to their unsuccessful ganks on Bounty Hunter. Krilly just did not feel threatened at all, and he was able to pick up pretty much full experience. He's now level 7 with phase boots. He's a big threat now. He almost has that maxed out shuriken. He can output a lot of damage very quickly, and of course the track hold is the most important thing about Bounty Hunter. They're going to be able to secure some easy kills. They just take a tower at top. If they can just move around as a 4-man crew, which is what they're looking to do right now. Yeah, looks like they're going to try and pick up kills nice and early. Yeah, in comes Legion with the Invis Rune, goes for Blum, but he thought he was going to have some help from his support, but they were actually shut down, and Legion is the one to end up being in a lot of trouble. Will get picked up. Now Capron will end up getting dropped as well. 3-0 in favor of 4FC. I mean, they tried to use that Invis Rune, but Enchantress already shut out, couldn't reach his teammate in time, and all of a sudden there's a Dragonite completely singled out, tracked up, and ready to die. And I think both of those kills were track kills, right? Enchantress also? Or was that not up yet by the time? No, he didn't get it off in time for
one track kill extra.
Still on cooldown. Still, though, really good rotation, obviously, 4FC. They've taken control of this game early, and especially shutting down the Dragonite. Like, the Dragonite for me is one of the biggest player in this game for Duza. The Doom's probably going to be focusing a little bit more on hard carry. He did pick up a Vlad, so that's what we're going to be seeing. It's a little bit more hard carry, farming out Doom. Probably has, yeah, he's maxed out Devour, so he's going to try and get that gold advantage just through wandering in the jungle and going back and forth between lane. It's up to Dragonite to pick up an early Shadow Blade, and he can, we've seen it before, Dragonite versus Puck. He survives in lane, he picks up a Shadow Blade, and all of a sudden he's moving around, and that stun, being able to lead with that stun from Invis, it's just so damaging to Puck. Being able to have that instant disable and follow up with some easy auto attacks. Puck's a very squishy hero if you're able to stop that phase shift, so leading with a disable like that leads to easy kills. Vengeful Spirit may get caught out here. Doom does have his ultimate, and they may trade kills. Yeah, Krilly is trying to run for it. I think he might have still get the kill for it, but they're coming in. In comes Legion. Hand of God tries to help out Capron with a couple of impetuses. That should be awarding a kill. No! Oh my God! He lives! I was never worried. I swear. Wow. And that's on Furion. That is on Furion. The fact that he never teleported and canceled his teleport thinking, Dragonite's got this with his Flame Breath. He teleported in. Just one auto attack would have gotten it. Legion may go down again in middle.
Yeah, the track is already on. He will get dropped. And if just that Nature's Prophet, just that one cancel teleport just cost them a kill and a death. Because I think without the Bounty Hunter, they might have not even tried to go for Legion there, but... Yep. Especially since they knew that maybe Nature's Prophet would have TP'd in and would be around. That's just bad news for Duza, who was already 0-4. I mean, with track kills on top of that, it's starting to get maybe a bit of out of control. And at the same time, we have the net worth. All three top are all in favor of 4FC. In comes the call down. They want to take down Limbo. The track is already there. Capron trying to help out, but not able to help his team. Not able to take down Krilly. No more mana for an impetus, otherwise that might have been a kill. They let him go, but still taking the most valuable target from the map. The highest farmed hero upon Duza getting shut down for the second time this game. This is going from bad to worse. They have to make something happen right now. They have to try and do something. Maybe take an extra tower or something. Get some extra gold. Create some extra map control for themselves. I mean, they don't have any wards up apart from that one sentry.
It really feels that Duza is off their game right now because what's really happening is they are behind in the rotations. Every single time 4FC is one step ahead in their rotations, they're always the one initiating in these ganks. And at this level, this early on, 9 times out of 10, if you're initiating the gank, you're the one going to be able to pick up the kills. The burst damage coming out, oh wow.
Yeah,
Furion's going to go down as well. No surprise, Bounty Hunter is really good versus Furion this early on if he's able to secure early gold.
Yeah.
So easy kills for Krilly, and it's just that like the fact that these kills happen so quickly because the nukes are so prominent that if you're the one initiating, you're gonna be the one winning, coming out on top in the team fight. And when you've got a Bounty Hunter, like Duza needs to just I don't know, get their shit together, group up a little bit, start trying to actually aggressively gank heroes.
They place a sentry, they see Krilly. Can they get a stun out? Yes, they can. Is there more? In comes a dust and Krilly will be sent home. Maybe Boomski is in some trouble. Legion, he has a Dragon Seal, but can't get it. Sprout gets Boomski. Can they finally take a kill for themselves? They might. The ensnare is there as well as a Dragon Seal. Boomski gets saved. In comes the song. Level 6 Naga Siren showing for it. Let's see if 4C is trying to take this fight because they're not backing off. No, in comes a call down. Up on 3. Legion already tracked up. Nature's Prophet already dead. Legion to follow. Limbo will be going down as well. Nobody dead on the side of 4FC. And it will be unstable. And Capron getting dropped. That's a team wipe. Still Gyro to die. Actually, no, Gyro did not die. He got denied.
Yep.
That was a 5-on-0 wipe. The Doom up on the Gyrocopter allowed him to get denied by his teammates. And then down goes Duza. Wow. And Boomski lives. The one that it all started with.
Gyrocopter is going to be able to pick up his BKB here. Just, if he had bought before, he actually would have had his BKB, but unfortunately lost a little gold from that death. Still, though, he's going to be able to pick up his BKB. This is nice and early by the 15-minute mark. That's perfect. Duza has nothing. Dragonite apparently is going to go for an early BKB. Feels like he's being threatened too much from this puck. But it shouldn't be Duza the one on the defensive right now. Or at the very least, it shouldn't be Dragonite on the defensive. He should be the one. I really think that Lothar picking up a Shadow Blade early on was the best decision for Duza. They could have put in some early pressure on 4C, picked off some of these squishy heroes, and free up a lot of room for Doom. As it is, Doom's getting heavily shut down. All he still has is that Vlad's that he picked up at like the 8-minute mark.
Yeah.
He hasn't picked up anything else. He's trying to get into that drums, phase boots. He's trying to get that fast, kind of tanky hero build, but that's just not going to happen. At this point in time, they're like 4FC is going to have such a lead. The Gyrocopter is going to be so big. They're going to force a lot of fights off of that BKB, and they're just going to snowball with track gold.
Oh, in comes Blomberg. Silence up on 3. 2 already dead. In comes a Dagon for the puck, by the way. Legion, last one alive here. Limbo actually came in, but he is going to get dropped together with his teammate. That's going to be for that. That's GG.
GG.
Oh my god, I think this is the most uneven game that I've ever seen Duza play.
Yeah, this is just 1 to 15. 15 minutes in.
Yep.
4C picking up a kill a minute. When you have a Bounty Hunter, I mean, that was obviously game. There was no way they were going to come back from that, especially that last 2 team fights. was just awful for Duza. Hey, at least you know you start off with that really long game where Starladder was really behind schedule. Now we're ahead of schedule, right?
The games are getting shorter and shorter. Up next, we got ourselves a 9-minute game. People, stick around. I really hope that's not going to be the case. We're going to have a very good game after this. I'm hoping it's going to be a bit more even than the previous one, than this one. It's going to be KP versus Poseidon. I think we're going to have to wait until KP is at least played 2 of the games of the ISO Cup, but if there is going to be a third game in the best of 3, that third game will be played after the Starladder match. So there will be a KP versus Poseidon regardless in 25 minutes, because indeed we are ahead of schedule. So we're going to have to wait until they're done. Well, or in 25 minutes. So stick around, listen to some music, watch some commercials. And we'll be back here with KP vs Poseidon, game 4 of 5 of day 19 of StarLadder Season 7. Yep, I think I said all the numbers right. Awesome. We're back.